All right. All right. Man. That was something. That was something. Yeah. Check this. What? Defense is really bad. I don't even know how I should start with this. Let me see. Spurs, man. Yeah, none whatsoever. Yeah, there was no ball movement whatsoever. Should I wear my Spurs hat? Or do they not deserve it today? Do they not deserve this Spurs hat? I might still wear my Spurs hat. It's like, it got like cat hair on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. The cat been all over this hat, man. Still a Spurs fan at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, still a Spurs fan. Let me put my hat on. Hold on. I still put the hat on. Gotta represent. Gotta tilt it a little bit. There we go. Still gotta represent, man. Still gotta represent. Okay, so this game wasn't a great one, but it also showed me how much faith I actually have in this team, and I'll explain that in a minute. Now, before we talk about that, really quick, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. You can get a 100% match up to $100. Just use the promo code CLAN, as you can see below. Or one thing you can do is just go to the social media section if you do not care at all about fantasy sports. And here you'll get updates, injury reports, highlights, just what's going on, breaking down what's going on around the NBA. So if you look at this angle, by the way, look at this angle. That's a crazy pass. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm not even going to hold you on that. That's actually a crazy pass. But yeah, so this game did a few things for me, okay? I found myself upset for just about most of it. But at the same time, I took a step back. Because I realized there's no real reason to be upset. First off, nothing has really changed since any of these other games as far as what I've complained about. Like, one huge complaint that I've had throughout the entire season, well, actually since Wemby's gone out, is our starting lineup. I do not quite understand it. If you guys have a take on it, you can tell me. I don't like this starting lineup. It is so confusing to me. One thing that's very confusing to me is why in the heck, why in the life of me is Biyombo starting over Sochan in this situation? Now, I know first and foremost, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I know this is like a messenger type thing, right? Like, I shouldn't be delivering this message. But I think that it's just kind of weird that we had to use Sochan as a backup center. We've used him as a backup center this entire season. And I want to do a separate segment on Sochan, by the way, because we use him as a backup center this entire season, and he's playing behind a player who gets DNPs every game. Like, Biyombo doesn't play. I don't quite understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Biyombo played 10 minutes this game because he was virtually unplayable, but he's been unplayable all season. He gets DNPs, he don't play. So I don't understand why you would do that. Another thing I don't understand is in this game, Julian Champagnie was basically like useless. I'm not saying he's useless as a player. I think he's a really good player, but he was basically useless. It seems like by the end of this game, we just went with a lineup to try to outscore the Cavaliers. And we're not going to outscore them. We're not going to efficiency them, if that's a word. Like, we're not going to do that because we had to settle for so many just outside shots. And they can just, it's just a layup line for us because we don't have a center out there. So I don't quite understand why we don't just lean on our strengths. I don't understand why Carter Bryant gets 9 minutes in this game. He actually played decently well at center for what it's worth. I don't think that he's a center, obviously, but for what it's worth, he did pretty well. And I thought him and Sochan out there did pretty well together. The fact that he got 9 minutes is basically malpractice. So that's my issue. That's something that's been bothering me. This just been bothering me all season, is that the starting lineup sucks. It's just not an efficient starting lineup. You got Champagnie, who I love Champagnie, and I think that he is underpaid, but he is streaky. Okay, he's a streaky player. He's not a great defender or anything like that. He's a good defender. He's an average to good defender, right? And that's fine. Devin Vassell, he's streaky. You know, he's up and down. You just don't know what you're gonna get, right? Even in this game, he started off the game 7 for 10. And then the rest of the game was it. Like, did he score again? Did he score again? Did he score in the second half? I don't know. I don't know if he scored in the second half. But I'm sorry, guys. It just doesn't make sense to me for Jeremy Sochan to be backup center when you've been playing him at center. You've been playing him as backup center. I get that. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll deal with it. And I want to say, I'll just deal with it until Wemby gets back. But we did it even when Wemby was here. So I don't even know. I don't even know what we're doing with Sochan at this point. But I don't quite understand him not starting when Biyombo gets DNPs. I don't get that. It to me, it's like he'll just never start. Like, I don't know what's Mitch's deal with Jeremy. And Carter Bryant not playing is crazy. He went 0 for 1 from 3. Okay, yeah, he's unplayable, I guess. Like, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I don't get it. So I liked what I was seeing from Carter. The 9 minutes he played. I liked what I saw from Sochan, did his best. Keldon, I liked his hustle, did his best. A lot of the players just kind of did their best, right? I still think that Fox is a little too, like, loose with the ball sometimes. I don't know what's up with that, especially in traffic. I don't know what's going on there. But let me go ahead and say this. And Dylan Harper had a really bad game. And I was wondering, I hate to just throw this out there, but I'm wondering if, like, his dad being there had anything to do with it. I don't know. But with all of that being said, I want to say this. The fact that I was looking at this game and I truly, genuinely felt like this was winnable, and I truly, genuinely felt like the San Antonio Spurs could win it, speaks volumes of how much depth this team has. And this loss is, I would say, on the coaching staff to a degree, but mostly due to just the injuries. Because I would want Carter Bryant to play more, right? I don't necessarily say, like, cut and dry to you guys' face, if Carter Bryant plays, we win. I don't really think that. But I will say our starting lineup stunk it up. It was absolutely awful. I didn't quite understand the starting lineup. I wish we would stop this. Julian with Devin Vassell, just two hot or cold players with good, okay defense. I don't know. I would rather just lean on our strengths. And our strength right now is primarily hustle and defense and getting to the rim. That's our strength at this point, right? And even with this starting lineup, and you have someone like De'Aaron Fox who likes to get to the rim or, you know, likes to utilize screens. Who's his screener? I know you guys make fun of me for this. Like, so you always say Sochan's a screener. Who's his screener? Who's giving him screens? I mean, it really just came down to like a one-on-one party at one point. It was just, Devin Vassell, can you take your guy? De'Aaron Fox, can you take your guy? That's what it came down to. There was no ball movement at one point. It got so ugly to the point where that's what the offense was. Like, can you just take your guy? One-on-one street ball. It was really ugly. And I think partially due to the fact that you don't have anybody to kind of open it up. You don't have any, concrete screens. And that the only person that could really give you that in this entire roster that we have right now is Jeremy. So just don't quite understand why he doesn't start. Just seems kind of dumb to me. I wouldn't even been against starting Sochan with Keldon or starting Sochan with Carter Bryant. I don't know. It seemed like when those three were off the court, Bryant, Sochan, and Johnson, when they were off the court, all of them off, we just looked awful. Complete layup line. Not to say that they weren't scoring, when Sochan was at center, but it just the vibe of the game, it was ugly, y'all. It was absolutely ugly. So yeah, I don't know. Just seemed like we were trying to force something, and it was very obvious. I guess my main thing is just give yourself a chance. You know what I mean? Just give yourself a chance to win. Stop it. You don't know basketball. I'm sorry. You don't know basketball, man. Come on. I'm just saying give yourself a chance to win. We don't have a chance. You don't have a chance with this lineup right here, guys. At the end of the game, I don't even think Biyombo was in. Who was in placement of Biyombo? Who was it? Was it Keldon? I don't know. I think it was Keldon. But you just don't have a chance. At one point we had Harrison Barnes at center. You're not even giving yourself a chance, man. Give yourself a chance. That's all I'm asking for. Just give yourself a chance. So, yeah, we have a lot of depth. What this game showed me is just how much faith I have in the team and how good I think this team is. The fact that I even watched this and thought that we could win it. Like, we don't have a center, bro. That was our main issue last season. And yet and still, we still had moments in this game where we looked pretty good. But I was pretty nervous after the second quarter because it felt like we were just outscoring them. I mean, obviously you outscore people in basketball, but it felt like a shooting party. Like we had to, like the fact that Devin Vassell was going off and we were only up by, how much were we up by? Like 8? I think we were up by like 8. That made me a little nervous. Cause I'm like, Devin Vassell's like going off and we're only up by 8. So yeah, just ugly. The starting lineup was stupid. Don't know why Biyombo was out there at all. I mean, I'm not to say not at all. I'm sorry. Like Biyombo could have came off the bench, but I don't know why you're not starting Sochan or starting Carter Bryant or, just mixing it up, man. Lean on your defense a little bit. Those were kind of those three guys to me were kind of the heart of this game. And that was Keldon, Sochan, and Carter. Like all three of them could have got 30 today. 30 minutes. That is. All three of them could have. And Keldon still made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a premier defender. There were quite a few backdoor cuts, right? And having a Wemby's going to save you there. But he did fine. Like, Keldon did fine overall. He was hustling his butt off. He was playing so hard. And I don't know. I just feel like our coaching staff did us a disservice here, Yeah, coach staff just did us a disservice. Because I thought all three of those guys played really well together, and defensively it gave us a chance. It stopped the bleeding a little bit. But yeah, sure, let's go with Harrison Barnes at center, I guess. I don't know. It was really silly. So overall, I'm not really upset. The Spurs are still on pace for winning and losing as many games as I expected, because I actually expect us to lose to Nuggets and win this one, but hey, other way around. So what we do know is tomorrow's the 6th, so we know that Wembanyama will be evaluated. So we'll see. We'll take a look what happens there. We did get news, obviously, that he could very well join the team on this road trip at one point. And I'm hoping it's the next game on Monday. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful, because I think after that we play the Lakers. So, yeah, we need it, man. Christmas Target. Gee, where do you hear that? Where'd you hear that? I don't know. To be honest, OKC would be a nightmare matchup for his clan. I think that we match up pretty well with them, but I do know what you mean. Even with Wemby, they're so good at the mid-range. That's kind of, I wanted to say that the mid-range was mostly our one thing we should be worried about, but honestly, man, our perimeter defense has been quite awful, just to be real with you guys. It's been quite awful. But yeah, I just wish we would stop with this starting lineup, change it up, switch it up. I'm not saying Fox needs to get to the bench. I'm not going that far or nothing like that. I'm just saying give him just give us a little bit of something else than this, man. I don't care for Julian Champagnie and Devin Vassell starting together. I don't care for it. So that's all I got. Defense in general is so awful without either Wemby or Cornette. It's already awful as far as perimeter defense, and a big part of that is the fact that you're not really using some of your perimeter defenders, right? Like, I know we don't have Castle, and Castle's a really good perimeter defender, but the way that we have to utilize Sochan at the center position is not panning out. And it's not his fault. It's just we've been down this road, right? And then Carter Bryant, he's barely getting minutes, so he's not getting like really a chance. Like, I mean, the guys that we have that could give you some good perimeter defense aren't really given a shot and aren't really getting in position for us to do that. So we're really just leaning on, hey, how can we outscore these teams? But also, the ball movement was awful. It was just god awful. I want to give Cleveland Cavaliers some credit for it, but it got so bad to the point where we couldn't open anything up, couldn't get past anybody. We just I don't know. We just shot chucking. And we're just praying for Fox or Vassell to save us. And obviously they could not. So yeah, it's really stupid. Gave the Cavs a whole layup line. It was only so much you can do, right? Like, you don't have a center. Like, that's the thing, guys. I'm not expecting for us to put Sochan at center and now we can stop the Cleveland Cavaliers. But our best combination this game is seen in stopping or slowing them down from just it being a layup line was Carter Bryant and Jeremy Sochan. There was one play in particular where Carter Bryant locked his guy up, right? Played beautiful defense, and it set up Keldon. And now Keldon Johnson got the credit because he got the block, right? You guys saw the block, right? It was a really good block in the first half. And it was like, whoa, that was nice. But it was because Carter Bryant was out there and he was playing defense. It was good team defense all around when those three were on the court together. But unfortunately, Mitch Johnson thinks that Carter Bryant isn't good enough, and we'd rather play Julian Champagnie, who is... I really like Julian. But in this game in particular, I don't think it helped us much. Him or Harrison Barnes. I don't think those two helped us. Like, lean on your defense. That's all you can really do here. You're not going to outscore the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You just lean on our defense. Try to force some turnovers. That's what you got to do here. At least that's what I think. That's my opinion. That was my opinion this game. We definitely need to force more turnovers. It shouldn't have been even like that. But that's the reality. I mean, what good is the shooting 35% from three to their 31% when they can go 58%? Getting to the not the free throw line. I'm sorry, getting to the basket, just layup line. I felt like that combination of those two, Carter Bryant's athleticism and length, Jeremy Sochan's fundamental defense, Keldon Johnson's hustle, was just enough to give them to keep them on their heels a little bit. But without those three on the court, it was just awful. You gave them basically everything. But we'll be okay. Sochan screens were nice tonight. They were nice tonight. So I wanted to show y'all something, man. Oh, wait, maybe I reposted it. I forgot. Instagram had that repost feature now. Wait. Can you not... Oh, I guess... Okay, that's weird. Give me a second. You can't see the repost on... You can only see the repost on your phone, apparently. All right, give me a second. Let me save it. Can I save it? Save it. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, guys. All right, chat. I want to talk about something, and I know I'm going to get roasted for this, but I think it's just the truth. And I saw a post which was really nice to see because it actually displayed the same thing that I've been talking about for a minute. Now, before we talk about this, really quick, big shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. But the feature that I also like is being able to see updates as far as what's going around in the NBA while I'm watching a game. You can see highlights, you can see injury reports, you can see live stats, you can see live play-by-plays. Go check it out, and it's some good stuff, okay? It's some really good stuff, so go check that out. But I'm upset. I think Drake said that or something. So I came across this post. So big shout out to Spurfict Universe. Huge shout out to them because I could not agree more. And what I really loved about this post is they actually posted a bunch of screenshots of Stat Defender's post about Jeremy Sochan over the course of last season. And funny enough, I have brought up all of these separately when they've come up, but I never had them compiled in one post. So big shout out to them. And I want to say that, and you're probably wondering, what is this post even about? You probably can't, you can't even read that part. I'm sorry, guys. But this post is about how the San Antonio Spurs are basically mistreating Jeremy Sochan. Now, let me go ahead and say this because everybody on the, you're already in the comments. You're already saying, oh my God, here we go again. Here goes Clinton talking about, but I think this is the truth. Now, let me say this though. I don't think Jeremy Sochan has played his best brand of basketball by any means, right? Like at all. Like I've seen him much better throughout his career than this season. Even 3-point shooting, something that I was pretty excited about, that fell off. And now he just seems shook to take threes. But I think partially is due to the coaching staff giving him such a short leash. But with that being said, I do want to bring up, you know, how important he actually is to this team and how I feel like he's being undervalued by the coaching staff. I don't really quite understand why, but it's really getting bad to the point where you're getting posts like this. I'm just glad I'm not the only one that noticed it. So as you guys know, his minutes have been quite over the place. Like how they've had to utilize him to a degree, it's like I understand. But at one point of the season, he didn't have to play backup center, and they still had him at backup center. It was a game we had Wemby and Luke Cornett. They played Wemby, then they played Luke Cornett, then they played Sochan at center. Don't understand it whatsoever. Sochan is a guy that likes to play in the short post. He likes to be more of a connector. He likes to get in the open spaces. When the defense falls asleep, he makes those backdoor cuts. That's where he likes to operate, right? A lot of times he likes to operate the same way that Keldon likes to operate at times. But for some reason, the San Antonio Spurs and Mitch Johnson have been using him all over the place to the point where he cannot get a rhythm at all. And he likes to play, and two players that I've seen him play pretty well with, well, actually three now, which is one of which I was not expecting. Actually, yeah, three. The three players that I've seen him play, no, four actually, I'm sorry. Four players I've seen him play well with is number one, Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper has been finding him quite well in utilizing Sochan and, you know, to some degree of the other. I've seen Wembanyama play very well with Sochan, and that's just been a continuous thing where, you know, Wemby gets so much attention. Sochan's kind of perfect for that. getting those easy baskets. I see him play well with Keldon, which I was not expecting that. And I think that that's only gotten better as the season went on. And I've seen him play pretty well with Carter Bryant. And that's just mostly due to both of their defensive versatilities being on the court at the same time. It's pretty difficult to get past them. The defense is just really, really good, I think. But those are the guys that I've seen him play pretty well with. But when you have him all over the place on how you're utilizing him, I don't really know what you're supposed to get out of him. I don't even know what you're expecting out of him, right? I don't know what Mitch Johnson wants. And even in this past game, you had a game in which you started Biyombo, a player that's DNP, never plays, and you had Sochan be the backup center to him. I don't get that. Don't quite understand it by the life of me. Now, anyways, I say all that to say this. I think that some things about Sochan has been forgotten. I think that some things about him and what he can bring to the team has just been thrown into the grinder. I think a lot of people have just not cared or not really thought how good he actually is at what he does. Okay, not like overall he's a star player, but what he does well, I think has been forgotten. So here are just some stats that I am so happy that they put all these together, and it's quite a few, right? So I'm just going to read them off to you. So Jeremy Sochan career defensive field goal percentages versus all-star caliber players. This is the 24-25. I think this was up to 24-25. But we probably don't care about Ben Carroll at this point. People are kind of off on that. But I'll just name some noticeable ones that I see. SGA shot 34% on him. LaMelo Ball shot 33%. Tyrese Halliburton shot 31%. LeBron James 35%. Şengün 36%. Anthony Edwards 38%. Jalen Brunson 38%. So that's a large variety of different type of players. I don't know if I said Julius Randle. Julius Randle 28%. Like that's a large variety of different players. So a lot of versatility defensively. There's some more here. Fewest points per possession given up guarding ISOs in the 24-25 season. Jeremy Sochan, number 1. Next, players who had the most success guarding Luka Doncic in the 24-25 NBA regular season. Jeremy Sochan was number 3 at 30%. Best defensive field goal percentage so far in the 24-25 regular season. I don't even know at what point this was in the minute 70 total defense. Okay, that was probably pretty early on. But Sochan was number 4. He's on all these lists. Field goal percentage against all-star caliber players when guarded by Jeremy Sochan. Here's another one. Kristaps Porzingis 0%. Damian Lillard at that point of the season 0%. Şengün 16.7%. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 25%. And this, I don't know if you guys seen this Twitter account. They post every single defensive statistic. Here's another one. Players who had the most success guarding Kyrie Irving. Jeremy Sochan, number 2. Fewest points per possession given up guarding ISOs 24-25 NBA regular season, minimum 40. So this was just another one, probably a different point of the season. But Jeremy Sochan, number 1. Best defensive field goal percentages so far. That was another one, just at that point. So it's just showing throughout the season last season, he was kind of him, right? He was kind of him as far as what he brings. And some guys just don't show up on the stat sheet. And I know that, I understand that, and I'm completely willing and able to go on here and tell you guys, oh yeah, he didn't look that great on the stat sheet and nothing really stood out. But when you really take a look at more advanced analytics when it comes to Sochan, he's pretty doggone good. But this season, I don't know, man. It feels like you're shaking his confidence. It feels like you just got him all over the place. A team in which we finally can have, which I know we're not there yet because Wemby got to come back and everything, but even still, even when Wemby was here, like you have a team where you can actually play him in his position and we're actively choosing not to. I don't get it. Whereas everyone else on this team, I feel like you got their roles pretty set in stone. And I know that Sochan and even probably Carter Bryant, you might have some of the similar issues with him in the future, but I know that these more versatile type of players where you can put them at different positions, you have more options, that you kind of lean on them for like a crutch, like, okay, well, we don't have a center, so you can, throw him in a center. I get all that. But at the same time, like, he has not been able, I will go as far as to say Sochan hasn't been able to really play at his primary position fully since the first season of his career and maybe like I would say 3/4 of the second year of his career. Other than that, I don't know what we're doing anymore, you know? So I really do just think that at this point, you know, it is just disrespect. Is dumb. I don't quite get it. And he is a player that is more so going to amplify talent as far as him being a connector and him giving, you guys get on to me about this, but really concrete screens, making good, smart cuts, smart passes, high IQ player, high motor, plays great defense. All these things you can use, and just about any team in the NBA can use. If not, they already got their own version of Sochan. But for some reason, the San Antonio Spurs can't seem to figure it out. Whereas I thought Popovich did it pretty well for most of the time that he had Sochan. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it. I think it's very silly. But at this point, I do think that you're doing him a disservice, and you're doing the team a disservice as well, right? And I wouldn't be saying this because there's certain players. I'm gonna end on this. There's certain players in the NBA where you have to play them just to help them. You have to play them at a certain position just to help them in their individual stats. But I don't feel that way about Sochan. I feel like you play him at his primary position, play him the way that he should be played. He should be, I'm sorry, I don't care what people say about this. He should be starting next to Wemby, period. He plays very well next to Wemby, but it's not just for his benefit. It's for the team's benefit. He makes other guys better. He helps the team. He does those small things, those intangibles, things that you don't necessarily see on the stat sheet sometimes. That's what makes him valuable. And to just look at the stat sheet and say, this player is giving me this amount of points, this player is giving me this amount of assists, okay, they're going to play over. I think that that's completely misguided. And in a game where, you know, I'm not saying that we were supposed to win this, but a game like the Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't really understand this. I don't quite understand playing at one point in this game Harrison Barnes at center. I don't get it. 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 I don't get it at all. Anyways, that's all I got. And Multi-King, you think every take I say is crazy. DL, thanks for the super chat. You said my starting lineup is Fox, Vassell or Castle, Barnes, Sochan, Wemby. Backup Harper, Castle or Vassell, Julian, KJ, and Cornette. Of course, with everyone okay. Exactly. It's the most you do Fox, Vassell, Barnes, Sochan, Wemby. You got some nice balance there. You got a good screener in your lineup. You have obviously Wemby, who's a complete monster. You got Vassell for the shooting or Barnes for the shooting. If you want to do Castle, then you just double down on that defense, right? So now you have one generational one and two great defenders in your starting lineup. Do it. I never wanted Barnes at power forward. I think with this lineup and what we got, he should be small forward. And Vassell, if he's playing, he plays better at shooting guard. He plays much better at shooting guard. I think it was the Nuggets game in particular where, you know, he was able to just primarily play shooting guard. And he just had a field day. Had a field day on the Nuggets. So, disrespect. That's all I got to say. Absolute disrespect. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Oh, crap. What is it? It's, oh, crap. Okay. Even with Clan's explanation, chat still doesn't see it. They just want to hate Sochan. It didn't matter. I mean, I start off saying that I don't think Sochan's a star. But this starting lineup stinks. I don't even like the starting lineup when we did like the Castle, and it just seems unnecessary. Castle and Wemby, where you have Devin Vassell. You're just kind of forcing it. Like Devin Vassell, Castle, Barnes at power forward, and Wemby. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You can have such a more balanced, good team just going a different route with this starting lineup, man. And most recently, I haven't even really been hating on some of the lineups. I haven't been really hating on it that much. It's just the starting lineup because they always go back to it. Like the beginning of the fourth, they always go back to it. Beginning of the third, you got to go back to it. We keep going back to it and it doesn't work. You get whooped. You get whooped with it. Now with Wemby, he covers up a lot of your flaws, you know. And even with Castle, yeah, it covers up your flaws, but you get whooped with this starting lineup, man. It's awful. All right, let me take a look at something. Let me show y'all something. Because I think... Okay, it's been reported. All right, cool. I didn't want to talk about it because I heard this morning, but I didn't know if it was reported already. But it's been reported already, so let's just talk about it. All right. So something has been reported when it pertains to the Giannis situation, and I want to talk to you guys about it because I actually heard about this much earlier, but it did get reported. Actually, I don't even know when it got reported. Oh, okay, it got reported this morning anyways. Okay. Anyways, so the San Antonio Spurs got a call when it pertains to Giannis, and the Milwaukee Bucks wanted something in particular from the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs basically said, I don't think so. Now, before we talk about it, quick shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Or you can go to the social media section of, I keep saying segment every single time, section of it in which you can see updates, injury reports, highlights, play-by-plays, all that good stuff. So go to the description box, download Sleeper. If you support the sponsor, you support the channel. Okay, so go check that out for ya boy. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right, so guys, girls. Spurs keep two players untouchable even in Giannis trade talks. So I think this is a little misguided, but it says Dylan Harper and Steph Castle are reportedly untouchable. So you're probably wondering what the report is. So here's one. It's widely believed in league circles that Dylan Harper and Steph Castle are untouchable in trade talks, even for Giannis. So this is what I heard. This is what I personally heard. I heard that those two together is what the Bucks wanted. I heard that the Bucks wanted both of them. I don't think it was a call like either Dylan Harper or Castle. It was we want both of them. Now, if you guys know Brian Wright, you know he is the master, absolute master of leverage, right? He will draw something out as long as he can draw it out. Because at the end of the day, very similar to other players that the Spurs had a chance at getting, like Kevin Durant, right? Like, you don't have to get these players. You don't. The team that we have right now is a playoff team. With them being healthy, we are a playoff team. Easy. I mean, actually, even without, this might be a hot take. Even without Wemby, if you just have Cornette, if you can stay healthy, if you just had Cornette, you're a playoff team. You're a playoff team. Now you get bounced first round, but you're a playoff team. And you add Wemby into the mix, oh my God, you're a really great team, right? So with that being said, you don't have to go after Giannis. The Spurs don't have to break their backs for Giannis. We aren't in a do or die situation. We aren't in a, we need to start winning as soon as possible, or Wembanyama is going to be disgruntled and he wants to get out of here. We're not in that type of space right now. The Spurs coaching staff, players, everyone is in the same headspace where we just need to try to make the playoffs. We want to make that next step and make the playoffs, and then anything can happen from there. But they are not right now thinking about, this is a do or die championship, do or die. You add Giannis to this team. Now, don't get me wrong. You add Giannis to this team, I think the Spurs are truly in for a championship run. Now, I don't know how, I know it might be silly to say, I think it's one of those just figure it out, but I don't know how Giannis and Wemby play together, right? I don't really know how you really do that. Somebody's gonna have to kind of take a back seat. But let's say that Sochan was gone because he already barely plays. If you get Giannis, then he's probably just going to be in the trade talks as well. But that hasn't been discussed. But if that was the case, then yeah, Giannis played that type of role, which he is like Sochan times 5 million, right? So maybe that's what you do, but it's not necessary, right? You don't have to do that. Now, me personally, I told you guys what I would be willing to give up. The best player on this team I'll be really willing to give up is Castle, but that's the best player I'll give up. But even with that, I still would be pretty hesitant because Castle is very good. So it's just one of those situations where the Spurs don't have to do anything. More than likely, they're going to just allow the Milwaukee Bucks to shop Giannis around, and hopefully the Bucks start to realize, oh wait, the market isn't as great as we were hoping it is, right? Because a lot of teams right now, the way that they're structured, they're good to go, right? Like they're either playoff teams, they got their team, and you get Giannis, you have to reshuffle a lot, right? That is a whole change of the way that you play. Not saying Giannis is bad. Obviously, I think he's the best, if not the second best player in the NBA, but you're going to have to tailor how you run things to Giannis, and that's a big flip at this point where a lot of teams, it's starting to become pretty apparent. I don't think in case unless there's like huge injuries, it's pretty apparent what it's looking like. So as of right now, what I heard was his trade destinations as we speak are the San Antonio Spurs, and I think it was the Knicks and the Bulls, maybe. So yeah, maybe the Bulls I don't know what assets the Bulls have that they can throw. I haven't looked into it, I'll be honest with you guys, but I did hear that those were kind of the three ones, with the Bulls, Knicks, and then the San Antonio Spurs. I'm trying to think if there was another team. I don't think it was a fourth team. I don't think there was a fourth team, but those are the ones that's coming to mind for me right now. So anyways, so we'll just wait and see. But at the end of the day, we don't have to do anything. The Heat. Oh, was it Miami? You guys heard Miami? Maybe it was Miami. Oh, you might be right. I don't know. I heard Knicks, Bulls, Spurs, but you're saying it's Miami. I won't doubt you guys. Yeah, I won't doubt you guys. Anyways, so that's the news right now. Spurs got a call. They said, hey, you're not touching Castle and Harper. Pretty sure what they asked was Harper and Castle and not Harper or Castle. But either way, if they said just Harper, if they said just Castle, let's be real, Brian Wright is going to hang up the phone on you anyways. He's going to let you shop around, and then when you come back, we have all the leverage in the world. Things are heating up. Now Giannis is basically verbalizing, it's out there, reports everywhere, he wants to be in San Antonio, right? Like, that's what they want, that's what they're hoping for, and then that's when you can take your swing and once again give up way less than what he's worth. So we'll see what happens, but that's the news right now. But yeah, Wemby and Giannis, the Rim Reapers, I love what you just did there. Like, I low-key want to make you a mod. Like, I want to make you a mod just for that. You keep up with those nicknames. I'm very irresponsible with mod privileges. I'm keeping an eye on you. Gotta keep an eye on you. Anyways, so yeah. I feel like there was something else. I'm still here, clan. Hey, Amadou. What's wrong, man? it's a good world we live in right now? Not really, but not really. By the way, guys, I've been thinking about let me be mod, please. I'm very good with computer. I've been thinking to do like a call-in show. I'm just gonna get, because I was like, oh, I don't want just randos, but I'm gonna do like a screener. I'm gonna set all that up pretty soon. I don't know when it will be, when we'll just start doing it, but I'm thinking probably like by next Wednesday. I think that'll be cool. I've been convinced. Somebody finally convinced me, like, you really need to do this. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. All right. Anyways, guys. Next order of business. I want to take a look at this. This coach we got. All right. I want to take a look at this coach we got. Okay. I want to see what he had to say about this game. I'm not that angry with Mitch Johnson. I had a take, but I'm not that angry. I just think some of it's been a little silly. Now, before we take a look at what Mitch Johnson has to say, once again, big shout out to Sleeper, the sponsor of this video. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. All you do is just go over to the pick section. You go over to NBA because that's what you care about. And then you just say, hey, will this player have more or less than, say, 20? Who is that? Oh, Sadiq Bey. More or less than 16 points. Probably more, right? Michael Porter, they're going against the Brooklyn Nets. Maybe more. Trey Murphy. Under. He's been kind of wacky lately. But anyways, and that's all you do. Add it all up, and you can make yourself some moolah, okay? Also, use promo code CLAN, as you can see below. You get a 100% match up to $100. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what our coach had to say.
Combination of things, obviously the physicality.
Oh, probably need to say my take. I hate our starting lineup. That's my take. I hate the starting lineup. I don't understand if you're gonna use Sochan at center, if you're gonna use Carter Bryant at points of the game at center, and he does okay. He did fairly well at times. Yeah, I don't understand why you don't just roll with that. I don't know why you start with Biyombo, somebody who gets DNPs. I don't see why he just wouldn't come off the bench. I don't know. I don't get it. But sure, match him up against the opposing team's best players.
Resistance at the start of possessions were not where they needed to be. They made some shots. We missed some shots and some good shots, but we missed them. And then
we didn't take that many good shots. It was a lot of one-on-one ball, not a lot of extra passes. And I wouldn't complain about it if the Spurs haven't already shown that they can do that and shown that they are capable of doing that. I've seen them play better ball. It got to a point where it was just ISO ball and layup line.
And you start playing on your heels. They're playing with the momentum coming downhill. And there's quite a snowball effect there that was pretty disappointing.
There's no way in the world. I'm sorry, I'm just being a jerk, but like, there's no way in the world Carter Bryant should only have 9 minutes in this game. It seems like we go against certain teams and we are in certain situations where it's blatantly obvious that certain players need more minutes in these games, but we don't do it. What other situation would we be in where Carter Bryant shouldn't get 20 plus minutes? This is the one I would think of. You don't have any bigs. You have lack of, not really lack of defenders, but you don't have, lack of defenders, just to say it. You don't have Cornette. You don't have Wemby. You don't have Castle. The opposing team is just going off in the third quarter. What other scenario could you be in to not play Carter Bryant? Like what to play Carter Bryant? Like, what other scenario matches this one? I don't quite get that. He didn't come into the game in the third, I think, until like 3 minutes. Like, it was wild. They whooped on us for a long time before we finally put him in the game. And he was playing well next to Keldon and Sochan, mind you, but whatever.
They surrendered. Is that, at least partially, it's got to be a function of you don't got any centers out there.
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. I still think that's not the number that we should be at.
Really?
Yeah, we had some, felt like mental fatigue. You know, there's always physical fatigue during the season. But just the lack of readiness, the lack of preparation to start a possession or to...
Guys, you're not going to win a game like I'm not even saying Carter Bryant plays and we win the game. I just think that we have a better shot. But you're not going to win a game with this lineup. Like in what world? Oh, crap, I don't have it up. How can I just go to it quick without having to go to ESPN again? But, like, in what world do you win when you're ending the game with Julian Champagnie, and I think Barnes might have been your center near the end? Like, what world are you winning this? How are you going to win this game when you don't have a center and we don't put... I don't know. I just don't understand how you're going to win a game like that. Like, mental fatigue, yeah, I get that. I felt like Fox was kind of out of it for a big portion of this game too, but some silly turnovers here and there. I get it, but still, man.
Start my stint when I enter the game.
Turns down a little bit.
The lack of the balls getting dribbled across half court, and I'm opposite, so I should be in the paint, ready to help. Just a lot of little things. And you play good teams and good players, and they can get away from you fast. And I think...
Yeah, our team defense was kind of wild, but you know who I did like? Carter, Sochan, and Keldon on the court together. Now, Keldon had some of his mishaps. He had his Keldonisms on defense sometimes. But overall, did pretty good. He did pretty good. He's been a serviceable defender, I think. And I thought that our team defense at times looked really good. But, whatever.
We felt a little bit of all that, which ends up being a lot of it.
Yeah. After that first half that Devin had, did you feel like Cleveland did some things to keep him from kind of having space out?
What did Cleveland do?
Out there on the yard?
They definitely, felt like they must have talked about a half paying a little bit more attention to trying to stay connected to him. I thought he missed some good shots. And again, I thought we were taking the ball out of the net quite a bit, and they were bringing it almost like the court was slanted the wrong way for us. And so, we had a lot of combinations that haven't played together and don't have a lot of half-court set continuity, rhythm, chemistry. And so when you're taken out of the net, it can make you feel a little limited, or where you have to take an extra second to get organized, and now you even have less momentum and pace. And so, yeah, just some things to clean up and work on, and we'll regroup and be ready to go Monday.
And finally, that's probably the roughest game Dylan has had as a pro. Knowing what you know about him, how do you anticipate that he'll respond?
He'll be fine. Do you guys think Dylan... I don't know. The whole team was pretty whack, so I'm not even going to say like it's because his dad was there, but I don't know. It was kind of weird.
From that.
Yeah, I honestly could care less about the box score, even though that's definitely attached to my main thing is just the level of energy, activity, and aggressiveness that I want to see from him. And I think my eyes told me all I needed to see.
Oh, you felt like he wasn't aggressive enough? Or is he saying he was too aggressive? I have no idea. I mean, he took 11 shots. I did think he was a little bit more passive in this game. A little bit. But overall, man, I really believed in this team with this game, because the fact that we didn't have any centers, I still came into it saying, oh, we could possibly win. Like, that's crazy. I'm a lunatic. But hey, that third quarter was heinous, and waiting till forever to put our best defenders in there just to slow down that momentum from Cleveland is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It was like, hey, can we just outscore them? No, you actually can't when they're on this type of run. So, I don't know. All right. Last but not least, I want to take a look at.
You guys take from that.
Which is crazy that they talked to. I guess not that crazy. Denfasel had a pretty good game. I thought he was on pace to score like 50 today. I really hate that he didn't. Once again, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Or you can just go over to Sleeper's. Wait, is somebody playing right now? No one's playing right now. You can go over to the social media section of the app, and you can see a multitude of highlights, injury reports, updates, stats, all that good stuff. So go check it out. Link in the description box. It's some really good stuff. All right. Talk.
How do you diagnose that?
Not enough ball movement. Offensively and defensively, we just we didn't guard the ball. They got to the lane way too much. They were finishing at the paint pretty much every single time. And we're not going to win games with people just continuously getting layups and, really no resistance. It was all of us. So, being one of the leaders on the team, that's something that when Mitch calls the first time out.
You got to stop them from even, getting to the rim. But, we're just not going to win with those lineups.
We got to adjust to, and we got to sit here and get better at. We can't sit here and just keep letting that snowball and snowball and snowball. So, I think it's just something.
And nothing I noticed is the Spurs defense. I haven't looked at our defensive rating as of late, but we've definitely been giving up so many more points than we were earlier in the season. But shows our depth that we're able to win most of these games, even doing that. But Wemby's going to save all of that. But what did you guys see? I saw somebody say that they got a report that Wemby will be out till Christmas. I did not hear that. I don't know where that was reported.
We got to learn from for sure.
It's not all of it, but one factor is, Luke's out, Nick's not here. You don't have that big man in the middle. What's the difficulty of keeping
very
teams
difficult?
Out of the game when you don't have
That's why you need Carter Bryant.
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously,
mitigate it.
Biz came in and gave us great minutes, and
no, he didn't.
He's been playing small with J-So.
No, he didn't. Bismack did not give us good minutes. You're just a great teammate. No, he didn't. Don't let him lie to you. He didn't give us good minutes.
And sometimes even having KJ or HB at your 5. Obviously, it's tough. And
yeah, isn't that stupid? Having Kate. Isn't that stupid? Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear that?
And it's tough, obviously. Biz came in and gave us great minutes, and even playing small with J-So, and sometimes even having KJ or HB at your 5.
You see what I'm saying? Can someone... I won't let anybody gaslight me into thinking that that's good. That we didn't have any other options. Having KJ or Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes at your 5. You did not have to do that. Brian had 9 minutes. Carter Bryant had 9 minutes. Our lengthiest, most athletic defender, other than Wemby, had 9 minutes.
Obviously, it's tough, and there are units that we haven't played a lot of minutes together with, so it's tough to get.
That's true. That's true too. That's fine.
Continuity and certain stuff like that, but I think we just stop people from getting all the way to the basket. Maybe even if they settle for tough twos or mid ranges, that's something that we'll live with compared to them just literally lay. So it is what it is. Hopefully Luke and Vic and we get everybody back and we'll be healthy soon. So just excited for that.
Mitch did mention he thought there's probably
Christmas is not soon. That's 20 days. When he say soon, he means soon. I'm assuming he means soon, not 20 days from now, nearly a month from now. So I don't know why people said that in the chat.
Mental fatigue. Does that add up? It's been a lot of travel and guys out.
It's been a lot. But that's the name of the game and that's the season. We're 20 games in and that's just what it is. You play a lot of games, you travel a lot, and you don't really try to make a lot of excuses. So we'll bounce back next game. We're excited. We're excited for 2 days off for sure. Get some rest.
What are you gonna do with your days off? One's a travel day.
One's a travel day. New Orleans always got good food, so just replenish, get some good food, watch some film, hang out with the guys, and get ready for the next game.
After that first snap you had with the 7 threes, did you notice Cleveland kind of?
Yeah, I already knew what it was. After that, any player gets hot like that, the team's not gonna let them just keep shooting. So they kind of just stay with me, kind of wherever I went, and that's just something I got to adjust to. You have a hot half.
Well, also your other teammates need to step up.
Whatever it is, you get hot. Like, you just got to be able to adjust and still make an impact on the game. So that's one thing that I'll watch that second half and just kind of see where I could have got to my spots or got certain shots off too.
Yeah, what about that first half? Can you kind of build on moving forward your performance individually?
I always say it all the time, just staying aggressive at the end of the day.
Is that on purpose? This right here? I'm not even hating on it. I'm just wondering if it's on purpose. I mean, it's cool. I need to shave myself. But yeah, is that on purpose?
You know, a lot of shots for me might look like a bad shot for a lot of other people. But those are shots that I work on all the time. And, you know, with Jimmy and Mike and all of them, just if I have a little bit of space, it's a good shot. So that's kind of what I got to do.
All right. Great stuff. Good stuff. I hated this game, but I also realized how good this team is. The fact I even expected to win this. So I love this team. I think that we can go very far. And I think, you know, it's so funny because this channel has these swings, and you can probably notice it through the chat on what's going on. Because what will happen is when the Spurs are not a really great team, or we're a mediocre team, and I have my expectations pretty low as far as what we're going to do, and I think that we're going to be a bad team, I just pay attention to what our front office is doing, every single move that they're doing, and I come here and I'm excited and I'm optimistic, and I'm like, guys, calm down after these losses, and I'm happy because I'm like, I know what's coming. And now that we're kind of at that point, which we're still early in the process, but we're at that point where I want to win, I'm going to be a little bit more nitpicky, right? So like certain things I just get a little bit more irritated with. I don't have as much patience for it. So I'm going to celebrate the wins. This is one of those where I just wish we would have gave ourselves the best shot to win. Not to say that you win if Carter Bryant gets 20 minutes. Not saying we win if Sochan starts. Not necessarily, but you definitely give yourself a better shot than whatever this was. I don't know what we were going for here. I don't like it. It's irritating. But at the same time, the fact that I even felt that we could win this shows how good this team is. And yeah, not saying that this is the worst loss of the season because we're missing so many guys, but I will say that this was pretty disappointing in that we didn't really put up a good fight with our lineups. We didn't have a shot at all. So yeah, also kind of funny to me that Mitch Johnson said in his press conference that he doesn't base things off of the box score, or he doesn't care about the box score. But then if you're just doing it based on the eye test, then why the heck wasn't Carter Bryant out there with Sochan more minutes and with Keldon more minutes? I don't. Whatever. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm hopping off. I appreciate the love. This was, I don't want to say a hard game to get through, but it was a game. So it was a game nonetheless. But I appreciate all the love. I will get with you guys later. When McLaughlin's back, we'll be unstoppable. Yeah. I'll get with you guys later. We'll be back. I think. How many segments did we do today? Do you guys know? Oh, guys, we literally did 5 segments. Yeah, I'll be with you guys Monday. I'll just upload this stuff in the upcoming days. So, all right, hold on, everybody. It's not that many people in here. I want everybody to say hi to Rena, but my friend Rena's in the chat, but we can't. There's not enough people to do it. There's not enough people on here tonight. So, but anyways, everyone have a good night. And I'm gonna go laugh at some pebbles. Bye.